ako na seriously good actor. Not just a good actor, he is a good person. In and out. Magaling ito.
Ano yan, Digeng?
Maya-maya lang, sisilipin naman natin ang pelikula sa likod ng kamera. Susubukan din nating malaman kung sino ang nagtulak para matuloy ang proyektong The Kingdom. Diyan lamang po kayo, magbabalik pa ang The Making of The Kingdom.
Drink Birch Tree Choco.
Ang gatas na gusto ko!
₱25 lang.
Wow!
Ang simpleng tanong na paano nagbunga ng imahinasyon na isinalin sa pelikula. Ilang araw na lang ay mapapanood na po natin ang The Kingdom sa mga sinehan sa buong bansa. Pero para mas maintindihan natin kung ano at para saan nga ba ang The Kingdom, kailangan po natin pasukin ang isip ng mga taong nasa likod ng kamera at pelikula. Dahil ang bawat salitang binibitawan at bawat eksenang pinaghihirapan ng cast, matinding pinag-aralan at isinulat. Isama pa sa pagtatahi, pag-i-edit at pagsisiguro na dekalibreng pelikula ang mapapanood sa Metro Manila Film Festival.
Kung maibabalik siya, kaya kong talikuran na lahat.
Brush and blue pencil.
Pagbubugay sa mahal na hari! Siyang may dugo ni Bathala!
We wanted to make a non-political film about politics. That's why yung pinaka-seed or yung pinaka-soul ng pelikula is really still about family. And yun yung ano, parang nabuhay na dun yung kwento, yung nabuo na namin yung mga characters, but at the end of the day, it's still all about family. And in terms of yung challenge, I think one of the biggest inspirations sa amin in terms of the sequences, I think is sequence 1. Yung sequence 1 kasi I establishing. Yeah, ano siya I can't really speak most about it, but it took about 4 or 5 months to set up. Humingi kami ng tulong sa Philippine Navy. It was very, very difficult to make, and you guys will see it. Yun yung pinakaunang eksena ng buong pelikula. But other than that, technically that was the hardest. Pero other than that, any movie, any scene, nakasama yung buong pamilya. Kasi yung dynamics, I think, yung parang komplikado talaga i-direct. Kasi everything else is technical. Pero in terms of yung emotion, yung relationship nila sa isa't isa, nandun yung puso ng pelikula.
We wanted to do a project na mag-i-inform sana sa electorate. Naisip namin na gumawa ng isang palabas na magsasalamin nung ganon, yung sentiments ng ating mga kababayan and inspire them to think critically about their future, about their country.
Ang pelikula ay Uncolonized Philippines. And I said yes, right there and then.
I normally speak with my mentor, si Roddy Lacop. Sinabi ko yung kwento sa kanya. Ang sabi lang niya sa akin, wala ka ibang choice kundi pagandahin yan. Because I don't think you will ever be offered another film such as that.
We wanted to present an alternative Philippines. We were also very conscious of the world-building aspect of this concept. We worked with a couple of professors who are experts in history and anthropology of the Philippines. So, medyo guided kami by actual data.
Ito hindi masyadong alam ng maraming Pilipino yung ating glorious past.